Hello, my name is Agatha and I'm going to explain how the tarot reading for the month of August 2016 is going to work. I'm going to use two decks. I'm going to use the Mystical Wisdom card deck, and I'm going to draw one card as a general advice for the month of August for all signs, for each sign. And then for the main reading I'm going to use the Chrysalis Tarot. And the main reading I'm going to use the Gypsy spread, which is 21 cards and in 7 columns. And in the first row I'm going to talk about work. The second row I'm going to talk about family. The third row or column I'm going to talk about luck and wants and what you desire. The fourth row I'm going to talk about friendship. The fifth row or column I'm going to talk about love and sex, and then the sixth row it's about your plans and your goals, and the seventh row I'm going to talk about your personal project for the month of August 2016. And this is going to be beginning of the month, middle of the month, and end of the month. So beginning of the month is from the 1st to 10th of August, and then the middle of the month is going to be from the 11th to the 20th of August, and then the end of the month is going to be from the 21st to the 31st of August. And that's it. Let's go to your reading. So hello Aries, the Oracle card that came out for you for the month of August 2016 as a general advice for that month was self-reliance. Don't be afraid to fly solo. So that this is the general advice. It's a beautiful card, as you can see. Self-reliance, don't be afraid to fly solo. In the first row, let's carry on to the main reading. In the first row, the work related to work, we have Psyche. You see, and in traditional decks, this is called the World. It's a trump card. It's a major arcana card. Usually talks about a cycle that has been completed, or something that you achieve which is really successful. So something to do with your work might finish in August, in the beginning of August, or something like an end of a cycle is achieved, or something is completed and related to your professional life. So whatever it finishes, whatever is the thing that ends connected to your work life, to your professional life, it might end in glory. Also, Psyche talks about the soul, so this can talk about the transformation of your soul, and somehow the transformation of your soul is connected to your work life. So there's like a growth process here, a renovation, a transformation, a change connected to your work life, but it's like your soul grows connected to your work life somehow. So then in the middle of the month, we have another trump, another major arcana card. In total, in your spread, you have, in 21 cards, you have 7 major arcana cards. So this might be a month, August, for you, Aries, of a great transformation. In the middle of the month, you have the divine child, okay, which is the Pope in traditional decks, but in the Chrysalis Tarot, it's called the divine child. The Pope usually is, or the Hierophant, usually is a figure of authority, very formal person. Sometimes he or she is a bit rigid, giving big importance to social rules, stuff like that. Here, the divine child seems to be the opposite of that, energy. You in the middle of the month, Aries, are in the process of self-discovery, of growth, of trying to figuring out what will the next phase of your professional life will be. You are also emerging from a shell. You are becoming a new person, a new being. At the end of the month, there's another Major Arcana card. There's just Major Arcana cards in your work life in August, Aries, which is the Wheel of Fortune. That gives big importance, to the theme of change and transformation in your work-related area in your professional life. Maybe are you thinking about changing your career, something like that? Whatever you're planning on doing, there is good fortune present in this card. So I would say that generally this change, this transformation will be very positive, connected to your work life. And then in the second row, the second column, you have, which is connected with family, in the beginning of the month, we have the Companion, which in traditional decks is called the King of Wands. Here it's the King of Spirals. It represents an older man, as you can see in the image. Maybe he's over 40, can be a father, a grandfather, an older brother. Because this is a very general reading, this also can represent a woman, though I think it represents more like a guy, a masculine figure. I think you're gonna go to this person within your family to seek advice concerning your next step in terms of your career. So this guy could be a bit of a visionary, because the King of Wands represents the element of fire. So he can be from a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And Sagittarius has that ability of believing and having a very broad vision of what can be, of all the possibilities, of all the possibilities of something that can be built into the future. Sagittarius is really connected to the future. So this person, I'm sorry, can be also a bit, how do you say this, authoritarian, likes to command things, command everyone around. Sometimes, not all the times, so he or she can be a bit like that. But generally, I would say that this person wants your good fortune, is on your side, I would say. Also, there's, you can see that word below him? It's called kookaburra, something like that. And it comes from Australia and New Guinea. And this bird has a calling that sounds like a laugh, like a laughter. That's his calling. It's calling. They are very funny birds. They are very smart birds. If you seek on YouTube, you can see some videos with the kookaburra. It's really fun. They look like tiny little dinosaurs. They have like a very interesting beak. They're very smart, like I said. So these characteristics could belong to this family member with whom you are talking to, with whom you are seeking advice. In the middle of the month, you have the Two of Stones or the Two of Pentacles, which might represent you dealing or talking to someone in your family that has the characteristics of great balance, some flexibility. This can be also a very strong person, very heavy, even fat, overweight somehow. Maybe this person, he or she, is giving you the same type of advice, keep firm and stable, in your life, yes, but at the same time, be balanced and try to be flexible and have faith in your next steps. This could be the same person as this could be the Companion, the King of Spirals. So maybe on the second week you are continuing talking to him, or this could be another person, another family member. At the end of the month, you have another major arcana card, the moon. And in traditional decks, the moon can speak of, people who are false, who are out to get you, and they pretend to be one thing like in front of you, but they are truly don't have the best. They don't want your good, and they lie to you, and you think that they are telling the truth, but they are not. Or it could literally represent people who are insane, okay? Or people who are full of doubts, people who don't see things clearly because they are kind of immersed in their own fears, in their own paranoias, something like that. However, that's in traditional decks. However, in here, it has a different meaning. Here you can be talking to a motherly figure, for instance, and this person is telling you to have confidence in yourself. And this person, I would say again, motherly figure, mother, grandmother, has confidence in you, and she is telling you that you should follow your dreams, because the moon is also connected with dreams. You should follow your dreams, you should trust your instincts and intuition, which is also connected with the moon. So this person can also be extremely creative, very intuitive, and she even have some sort of artistic abilities. So I'm thinking mother, grandmother, someone like that. And then the third column or row, it's connected with luck and what you wish for, luck and desire, more or less. In the beginning of the month, you have Aries, you have the 7 of spirals, or the 7 of wands. This usually is a card of self-protection, of defense, of feeling attacked, and it is as if in the beginning of the month of August, you, Aries, you feel the need to protect your most what you desire, what you want to have in your life, also to protect your luck somehow. And the bear, if you noticed, he's like keeping guard in the beginning of the cave. So it's possible that in the beginning of the month you are tenaciously defending that which you want for yourself, and whomever attacks you should be careful, because right now you have the strength of a bear, so it's not wise. In the middle of the month, you got the acrobat, or the page of stones. In traditional decks, it's called the page of Pentacles, or the page of Pentacles. So this could be someone who brings you good luck, and this good luck can be through a message, somehow like a message of good luck, for instance, or it could be that you yourself, Aries, you decide to help your good luck through study. The acrobat is very flexible in his thoughts, in his mind, and the page of Pentacles can symbolize studying something new, something that will later help you in terms of career, but not just necessarily in terms of career. It can be in anything else. So you want something more for yourself. You want something new, probably something which you haven't tried before. You want a change in your life, and you decide to start studying ways to achieve that which you want, ways to materialize your dreams, your desires. So you maybe in the middle of the month you are reading lots and lots of books, and maybe you're having fun with it and having fun thinking about all different sorts of possibilities. At the end of the month, Aries, you have the 6 of stones. The 6 of stones, or the 6 of pentacles. In traditional decks, this usually means helping, someone helping you out, or maybe in institution helping you out, or you helping others. It depends. So maybe your good fortune might come through the help of others or through the help of someone. In Chrysalis Tarot, in this card, we can see a tree, and hanging from the tree there are precious stones. So this card speaks of generosity and even charity, not just to others from you, or even from others to you, but also generosity towards yourself, from yourself towards yourself. So also this card also tells me that your luck and your desires, what you wish for, will more easily come to life or more easily manifest if you help others. By helping someone, at the end of the month you will contribute to the fulfillment of that which you desire for yourself. Okay, so moving on to the row 4, or column 4, which is the column connected with friendship. And what do you have? I'm sorry, you have the Pilgrim in the beginning of the month, which is the Page of Scrolls, in traditional decks called the Page of Swords. So maybe you are in the beginning of the month in contact with someone who is a friend who is presently traveling. Maybe you call him, maybe this person calls you. Maybe this trip could be like a trip for fun, yes, but at the same time it can be a spiritual trip. So maybe your friend doesn't stay in hotels or comfortable places. Maybe he prefers to go backpacking, and maybe he prefers to go camping and sleep under the stars, something like that. It can be literally someone, a friend of yours, who went on a pilgrimage. Like in Portugal, there's Fatima. There's a lot of people who go to Fatima. It could be Santiago de Compostela, which is in Spain, or even, for instance, Mecca. This pilgrimage could be not exactly religious, but it could be of other sorts. For instance, it could be a pilgrimage, so to speak, to a music festival, something like that, where this friend will stay several days. So there's there's several possibilities connected to this card. And then at the at the middle of the month, in the row connected with friendships, you have the illusionist, or the King of Stones, the Knight of Stones, which in traditional decks is called the Knight of Pentacles. So maybe you are spending some time with a friend, or speaking longer with this friend. Could be a different friend, could be the same friend, could be could be the pilgrim, and maybe the pilgrim called you, hey, come and see me, something like that. Or could be a different friend. Maybe you are like spending time with this person, or maybe talking more with him or her. In traditional decks, the Knight of Pentacles symbolizes a very conservative person, someone who's very slow making a decision, someone who's very cautious, someone who's a bit inflexible, and is someone who follows way too much rules and regulations, someone who's very orderly. However, in this deck, it's kind of the other way around. So this person who is your friend, Aries, can be a bit exuberant, a bit immature, has like a tendency to play pranks. It can be a bit of a trickster. Also, he or she can be a bit mystical, a bit esoterical minded, the type that daily, does law of attraction exercises, that type of stuff. Maybe this friend is giving you enthusiasm, relating to these new ideas that you want to bring into your life, this new phase of your life. Maybe this person is how do you say, yes, giving you enthusiasm. I don't know how to say this better. But at the same time, this person doesn't give you any type of practical or realistic sort of advice. He or she is someone who is a bit of an adventurer, but doesn't plan. He or she just goes without planning. So again, it could be the friend with whom you spoke in the beginning of the month, or could be someone completely different, a completely different person. And then finally, in the row of your friendships, in the end of the month, you have the Magician, another Major Arcana card, which in this deck is called the Ravens in plural. There's an element of magic here, occult magic. There's an element of great intelligence. I'm sorry. Great intelligence, like the crows. The crows are extremely intelligent. You can see two ravens, and they have one on its beak, the other one just let it fall down. Two very bright little spheres. The first thing that I thought when I saw this was pearls of wisdom. That's what I thought. So according to Chrysali's deck, the crows are playing around, joking around with these pearls, and these pearls symbolize mysticism. So every card in the row, in the column devoted to your friendships, are connected somehow with mysticism. So it's possible that you have I'm sorry, Aries. It's possible that you have lots and lots of friends who fall into that. Just a moment. So continuing what I was saying, in the row of friendships, the last card is the Ravens. So it's possible that in the realm of friendships, many of your friends are connected somehow with mysticism, or at least they are very interested in anything to do with the metaphysics, anything to do with the esoterical world. So for stuff that goes beyond the veil, the tree where the ravens play, it's the tree of life, and then there seems to be here an evolution throughout the month. If these three cards symbolized one single person, so it started to be like a very brief and very nice contact with someone, with a friend of yours, and then you decided to go and meet this friend, and he seemed like in the middle of the month he seemed a bit off, someone a bit crazy, a bit with impractical ideas, but at least he's fun, or she is fun, and at the end of the month, by talking to him or her, you understood that this person is much wiser than in the beginning you thought that he or she would be. Maybe the fact that he or she is very playful, does jokes all the time, hid that wisdom. If it's not one person, it can symbolize, these three cards can symbolize three different people, and the last person with whom you talk to, a friend of yours at the end of the month, is the last person is like a soul with greater wisdom in terms of the occult and in terms of the mystery of life. The message here is that you should pay attention to any type of weird coincidence and any type of synchronicity. So, and this synchronicity and this weird coincidence can come to you through a friend or through the words of a friend. So words that might seem in the beginning very simple, but they carry a very important message, and a message that has meaning to you. So there is a friend at the end of the month whose words are literally pearls of wisdom. So you have to pay attention and don't disregard what he or she says. Okay, so this continuing, you to column number 5, column number 5, and I hope I didn't do this wrong. Did I do this wrong? No. Okay. Column 5, which is love and sex. And you have, in the beginning of the month, Aries, the Weaver, or the Queen of Scrolls, the Queen of Swords. In traditional decks, the Queen of Swords is a very mental and logical person, meaning mental, very intellectual, very in her head, in her mind. She's not very emotional, she's very bright, she's very smart, she's very intelligent, and sometimes she, is like she's way too bright. She has a calculist side to her. So this could even represent someone who has like a great power to hurt with her words. It can also represent someone from a air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. However, here in this card, this is not the image that is perceived. Here we see someone who kind of puts her intelligence to work in service of her art. She's working there on something, can you see, on a butterfly. So she weaves a butterfly, which is again a symbol of transformation. There's a lot of transformation and rebirth for you this month, Aries. And this, because this is a very general reading, this could also represent a man. It doesn't matter that the cards show up as a queen, here in the Chrysalis Tarot, the attributes, the characteristics of this person are those of diplomacy and tranquility, and these are characteristics which are connected with the sign Libra. So she or he, it depends, is a very awakened person, spiritually awakened person, and this person helps you or will help you, Aries, to go and meet your fate, to go and meet your destiny. So this could be your boyfriend or girlfriend, your partner, your spouse, and this is a person that possesses great tranquility. Also, what I thought, because of the other cards, which I will show you later, it's possible that some of you are ending a relationship with this person, and it's simply because you, Aries, you found your destiny, you fulfilled your destiny, and you are moving on to the next stage of your life. Like, not fulfilled your destiny, but you fulfilled something extremely important, and you're moving on to the next phase of your life. So this breakup, if there is a breakup, for some reason, doesn't seem to have conflict. It seems to be made with a lot of peace and a lot of tranquility. And this is the beginning of the month. And at the middle of the month, Aries, you have the Nine of Spirals, or the Nine of Wands. In traditional meanings, the Nine of Wands talks about persevering, but it also talks about defending something which is important, something which was already achieved. It also symbolizes mistrust, not trusting someone or something. Here also it has that meaning of perseverance, yes, but also it means changes. There's like changes which keep on occurring in your life, and you have to keep firm regardless of the challenges that the outside forces throw at you. It's kind of like that. So this month, the month of August, in the middle of the month, maybe you are still trying to keep going within this relationship. Okay, maybe you still, maybe you understand maybe you don't want it to end, you know. But the 9, because what shows up here, it's the number 9. 9 in numerology also symbolizes the endings. So it could be an ending. Again, there's like this continuation of the same theme of an ending, because it makes no longer sense to be together because you are advancing to something new. And I would say that if you don't want to end, it's the one who doesn't want to end. I think it's you. It's not the other person. The other person has much more serenity than you. And for others, so this could be an actual, ending of a relationship. For others, it could be something just like an argument with their partner. And at the end of the month, you have the 4 of Scrolls, or the 4 of Swords. In the image, you see what it seems to be like a fairy, and she's asleep, she's resting, she's recuperating. If there was like an ending to a relationship, to a love relationship, and at the end of the month, you are healing, you are recovering, If there was a argument with the partner, it's the same explanation. You are healing, you are recovering. This card, along with the 9 of Spirals, tells me something else. It tells me that there's a feeling of loneliness. You're feeling very alone within your love relationship. Okay, so remember what the oracle card said. Self-reliance. No, don't be afraid to fly solo. Self-reliance, rely in yourself. Also, this card can speak of, at the end of the month, of a period of time where you ask yourself, what do I want out of a relationship? Okay, what do I want out of a relationship? And in column 6, which is plans and goals, in the beginning of the month, the card that came out was another major arcana card, was the Fool. But here it's called Merlin. And really, I can see there's a construction of a new plan for your life. There's a new goal that you, Aries, want for yourself. The Fool sometimes has a very immature, very young sort of energy. The Fool sometimes just goes, in an adventure without planning anything. He just goes into that new direction and lets God and the universe take care of him and help him or her fulfill his desires. There's a lot of trust and faith when it comes to the Fool. However, in this card, you don't see a young person. You see an old person. You see Merlin. And to me, this is a person who has great wisdom. He probably has seen it all in his life, and nothing surprises him. The cat, by the side of Merlin, speaks of mystery and the desire to take risks, but having some caution, while taking those risks. The serpent, which is in his staff, do you see the serpent? It's in his staff. Talks about the power of healing and the power of rebirth. So there's here, really, you can see that there's a new goal to your life. And I think the destination of this new goal. You know the destination. You just don't know how to get there. Merlin simply says that you should have a very positive attitude, and you should not try to control everything, and you should not try to control the situation, just like the Fool in ordinary traditional decks. So do it step by step, adapt, like another card that came out, the Two of Stones, be flexible, try to adapt, and don't have a very defined plan. Leave space for surprises. There lies the wisdom. Letting yourself be surprised by life, by the world, by everything. And then in the middle of the month, Aries, of August, you have the Nine of Scrolls, or the Nine of Swords. So maybe in the beginning of the month you were super confident and you were quite joyous, but now in the middle of the month you kind of have doubts and you have fears and you doubt your ability to meet this new goal, to fulfill this new goal. At the end of the month of August, Aries, the card that came out was the Artist, the Queen of Stones, or in traditional decks called the Queen of Pentacles. So I think at the end of the month of August you've already started something, and you started to take you took steps to fulfill this new goal. You are just taking steps to do it, and you've left your fears behind, or even you still have fears, but you are moving on, not caring about the fears. If it's not that, if it's not an energy which you are manifesting into your life, it could be that a person, a artist, comes into your life and takes you out of your negativity, and this person can be very creative, even artistically, and can inspire you to go in the directions of your new plans, of your new goals. Also, if you don't meet this person, this person can be, for instance, an author. You can read. It could be reading, but not necessarily. The work of this person, of this famous artist, not necessarily famous, but the work of this artist whom you do not meet, can inspire you to take the first step. And this inspiration can come through the form of dancing, music, poetry, any type of art, any type of those things. And then finally, Aries, in row 7, which is your personal project for the month of August, in the beginning of the month there was a major arcana card that came out, the Chariot, but here in the chrysalis is called Hern the Hunter. Hern the Hunter. So your personal project is to conquer, is to be successful in this new stage of your life. You put all of your willpower in the beginning of the month in this new personal project, and you don't fear obstacles, nothing. There's like unbreakable will, great determination, great strength. And then Aries, in the middle of the month, in August, the card that came out was the Eight of Spirals, or the Eight of Wands in traditional decks. Whatever it is, your personal project, it is advancing quite rapidly. Even if you are filled with doubts and fears, I say this because horizontally in the same column, in the column 6, not in this one, but horizontally, there was the Nine of Scrolls, which you were full of doubts concerning your plans and your goals. But it doesn't matter if you're full of fears and doubts, you still do it, and you probably do it by having full trust in your intuition and in your instincts, because this card showed up after Hern the Hunter. To me it tells me that you hunt what you want to bring into your life, which is very, very appropriate. Very, it has to do with you, Aries. You are like that. You're a go-getter and you hunt. You know, the energy of hunting is very present in your life, Aries. So you hunt that which you want to bring into your life. You don't fulfill this personal project. You literally chase it and conquer it and hunt it down, you know. And then at the end of the month in August, you have another major arcana card, the Sorceress, which in traditional decks is called the High Priestess. So I think that you are able to achieve and fulfill something connected with a personal project, but somehow connected with something bigger, to a new stage in your life, to a bigger goal in your life. So you achieve something like a mini goal or something like that, but you'll keep it, that conquest, you'll keep it a secret. You won't share it to the world. You will not make it visible to the public yet. So this is your decision in the end of the month. And that's it, Aries. This is the reading that I have for you for August 2016. So this is a very general reading. If you'd like a private consultation, please send an email to duniazad@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. Bye bye.